Welcome back to our YouTube channel Filmwise. Today, we're diving into the sci-fi horror world of Alien Romulus, the continuation of the Alien franchise set 20 years after the original. Get ready for intense action, suspenseful moments, and deep space terror as we break down everything you need to know about this movie. So grab your popcorn, and let's jump right into it. In the Outsider Romulus motion picture, the story has appeared a long time after the occasions appeared in the Outsider motion picture, i.e. the year 2142, where at the starting of the motion picture, the shuttle of the Weyland-Yutani Company, drifting in space, brings a huge natural compound back to the planet from the pieces of the Nostromo spaceship. Come to LV-410, where a few researchers open the compound with the offer assistance of Laser Interior, which a nomophobe lives in the Jackson Star mine. Whoa, this scene is intense. Planet LV-410 is at a separate of 65 light, a long time from the soil where the sun never rises. Ren is in Vagrant and works here with his brother Andy. Ren Weyland goes to the colony officer of the Yutani Company and tells him that I have completed my standard of work and presently I need to go to planet Iwaga with my brother. But the officer, she says, well, in Utah, no, your contract in the company has not been completed. However, since due to deficiency of laborers, the share has expanded from 12,000 hours to 24,000 hours. Whereas a few children bug Andy, who is holding up for rain exterior the office. Here we learn that Andy is an engineered robot made by the Weyland-Yutani Company, which was reconstructed by Ren's father. At that point, Ren gets a message from her ex-boyfriend Tyler Harrison, who inquires Ren to bring Andy along for a mystery mission. Once there, Ren meets Tyler's sister's cousin Bion and Bion's sweetheart Navarre. They tell Ren that they have found I didn't see that coming over the Jackson Star colony, and tell them that we can elude from here by utilizing the hyper-rest chambers in that shuttle and go to planet Iwaga, where it was going to take 9 a long time to reach, and all of them required conclusion to get to that shuttle, but Ren at first denied. She does it since the thought was against the company's rules, and she was concerned almost herself and Andy, but after being convinced by Tyler, she concurs, and at that point they all go towards the shuttle, where they discover out that it is not a shuttle. Or maybe there is a space station whose title is Renaissance. That space station was separated into 2 areas named Romulus and Remus. Tyler, Bun, and Andy enter that space station in look of hyper-rest chambers, whereas looking, they discover themselves in hyper-rest, in one chamber. Units are found which Tyler infuses into his transport, but they as it were had fuel for 3 a long time, and he required fuel for at slightest 9 a long time. Whereas looking for them, Ren learns that Tyler's more youthful sister is pregnant, and she precludes Ren to tell anybody approximately this. Whereas looking advance, they discover a destroyed, manufactured robot named Rook. Whereas assist looking for fuel, the 3 enter a cryosleep chamber where they are transported to Iwaga. Fuel is found, but all 3 of them get bolted in the same cryonic chamber. Andy does not have get to this chamber. At that point, Ren and Navarre come to protect them. But it is here that we come to know that in this cryonic chamber there are numerous things. The confront-hugger outsiders had been solidified and were starting to unfreeze. Whereas Ren takes out the chip from the demolished manufactured robot and gives it to Tyler to put into Andy's framework. Get to is allowed, and he has presently ended up a follower of the Weyland-Yutani Company when numerous confront-huggers assault him. When Andy opens the entryway, they all run absent. But at that point, a confront-hugger gets stuck in Navarre's mouth. They all attempt to evacuate that confront-hugger, but are incapable to evacuate it. On the ask of Andy, the science officer stops the framework and tells them all, almost the officer who was slaughtered on the Nostromo spaceship 20 a long time back. Assist, on the ask of Ren, this okay, things are about to get really wild, evacuates it from Navarre's confront, but Rook tells them that the confront-hugger has done its work. On Rook's request, Andy denies to take Navarre back to the dispatch, but Bion clears out them all behind. Get away with Navarre and takes him to the space dispatch. Be that as it may, Andy tries to halt him, but Past closes all the entryways behind him. On Beyond's ask, Navar dispatches the space dispatch, but at that point something begins happening to him. Kay takes care of him when he comes out tearing the nomophobia's chest, seeing which Kay gets to be oblivious. Whereas their spaceship Renaissance collides with the storage of the space station, due to which the space station gets to be unsteady, and it is declared that in the following 47 minutes, the space station will collide with the space rock belt of planet LV-410. Ren and Tyler head to the storage, but there are a part of confront huggers wandering around on the way. Andy tells them that confront huggers recognize their prey by sound and body temperature. At that point, on Ren's ask, all of them make the temperature of their body and that hallway the same, and at that point move through that passage towards the shelter. Whereas on the other side, she has recaptured awareness and comes down from the control room and observes that Xenomorph was stuck to the divider and Corrosive was dribbling from it. At that point, he comes there and slaughters that nomophobia by dribbling blood. See carefully, the key would be lying there. She opens the entryway and runs absent from there and goes down. Rain falls, and after hearing Kay and Tyler's voice, confront huggers assault them. All three of them run absent from there rapidly. Presently, there were 20 minutes cleared out for the space station to crash. Rain and Tyler are exceptionally nomophobic. They connect hands, but Andy doesn't open the entryway, and at that point he assaults Janome and takes her absent. Ren furiously slaps Andy. Let's take a second to process that twist, cause that was insane. Andy tells her that he has modern, informational, and cloink, and working for the company's advantage. Taking after the company's enlightening, Andy takes Ren and Tyler to the lab, where Rook has kept tests of test liquid that he employments to make the idealized human. Nomophobia. Who is looking for them? At that point, Andy gives both of them beat rifles, which have 450 bullets. To reach the transport, they had to cross a hallway and go into the lift. But that passage was made by Janome as his hive. Ren says, they think that we ought to go through a few other course. But at that point, Tyler listens Kay's voice. All three of them run into that hallway and begin looking for Kay. They discover Kay caught in the same hive which had misplaced a part of blood. To spare his life, Andy tells Kay to infuse Z1 liquid. But as before, long as Tyler is almost to infuse Kay, Ren stops him and says that she does not believe this liquid, and takes Kay to the dispatch to get therapeutic offer assistance. Till prompts to keep him in cryo capsules. At that point there, due to nomophobia, she gets down in the center of the lift to spare Andy. When Ren takes off, she infuses the liquid interior herself, whereas Ren goes to spare Andy, where Andy expels the solidified chip from his framework and resets it. Presently, with as it were 10 minutes cleared out sometime recently, the space station crashes. Andy, a exceptionally nomophobic Andy, tells a joke around gravity, which gives Ren an thought, and honestly, the atmosphere in this film is so well done. I'm out of that corrosive beat, whereas coasting in the discuss and move towards the lift. But since the lift was not working due to gravity being closed, both of them are drifting in the discuss. They begin going to the lift, but all of a sudden a genome snatches Ren's leg. Ren fires a few bullets to free his leg, but amid this time the entryway was broken due to his nomophobia, and Ren begins falling down the lift due to gravity. Moreover begins to come down, but Andy catches her. Ren is falling down. You can feel the tension building. Phobia swarm comes, and at that point a confront hugger too comes there, but Andy murders both of them with the beat rifle and spares Ren from the dispatch. The Renaissance space station hits the space rock belt, but Ren has as of now cleared out Andy and Kay. Ren puts Kay in a cryo capsule and detaches Ruck from her spaceship, which takes them to the company. Ruck is moreover being transported when Ruck is annihilated along with the Renaissance space station. Now, here's where things start getting complicated, is to go to Iwaga when he learns that Kay's condition is basic, since Kay had given him that infusion, so he Kyushin. She gives birth to an egg. Ren rapidly goes to a range of the egg, but the egg softens the stage and falls down, causing their dispatch to destabilize the ocean, and at that point an animal comes in which is there. This animal that came out of the egg is a crossover of a human and nomophobia, which slaughters Kay and gravely harms Andy. Ren arrives there and tries to solidify it, but it assaults Ren and murders him with Ren's hand. At this point, I was on the edge of my seat. The temperature of the spaceship has dropped as well. Ren puts on a spacesuit, fair as she is approximately to drag the final lever. The half-breed animal assaults her. Ren employs the corrosive in the egg to crush the soil. But she drops it, due to which the stage begins dissolving, and everything begins coming out due to the weight. Ren hangs exterior that enormous gap, but at that point the crossover catches her. This is a classic Alien moment. You can almost feel the terror creeping up on them. The final lever is too enacted, and the half-breed and the ship's cargo case are crushed by falling on the space rock belt of planet LV-410. This part really made me question their decision-making to be steady once more. Ren puts Andy in the cryo unit, and myself, and this motion picture closes here. If you preferred this video, at that point subscribe to our channel for more such motion picture clarification recordings. Much appreciated for observing. Opinions. Alien Romulus brings back the intense atmosphere of the original, but does it surpass its predecessor? Let's break down the best moments and weak points. Drawbacks. While the movie captures the feel of the original, some may find the pacing slow and the plot a bit convoluted at times. Budget. The movie had an estimated budget of $100 million, which was spent heavily on visual effects and creature designs. Target audience. Sci-fi enthusiasts, fans of the Alien franchise, and anyone interested in space thrillers would enjoy this film. Ideal for audiences aged 16 and up.